Right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Connect and Share on a Friday morning. I'm Laurie Mode, a little tired this morning as we had the New South Wales Tourism Awards last night. So a great night, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But welcome to another Connect and Share on a Friday. And before we kick off, I'd love to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands we all meet today. Pay my respects to elders past and present. And like I always say, that we have so much to learn from our Indigenous ancestors and also our current leaders about how to care for our country. If we care for our country, it will care for us. And they did a beautiful tribute to that last night at the New South Wales Tourism Awards in really having a harnessing and a dog barking in the background, as you would imagine. So he's a bit hungry. So yeah, we'll kick off with today's news, and we had our AGM yesterday. So a big meeting, and thanks to all that attended, and we can welcome our new board of directors. So we have Martin Burney, who is our current president and has been serving on the board for quite some time. It's great to have him back in the position. Dr. Phil Hamdorf, Nathan Brown, Carl Finlay, Dan McNamara, Bridie Campbell, Stuart Cohen, Faith Bentley, and Jenny Mitchell. A great lineup of skills, experience, and expertise that's going to drive forward Outdoors New South Wales and ACT Limited into the year ahead and beyond. And I thought I'd just share a couple of slides from yesterday's presentation, firstly acknowledging all the support that we get from our partners. First and foremost, the members, to you, thank you for your drive and support. And also to the volunteers that make up the work that we do in our subcommittees, our board of directors, and everyone else in between. And to the people on screen, which is the Office of Sport, of course, is our main funding partner, Affinity Insurance Brokers as a strategic partner, Paddy Palin as a strategic partner, and to ACT government, because they actually help fund some of the programs that we offer in the ACT. And to the right, we have our membership partners. So OCA, of course, which we help in connecting right across the countryside, our industry. Christian Venues, Australian Camp Association, who are our lobbying partners when it comes to supporting the industry. And of course, Chamber of Commerce in Canberra and the Chamber of Commerce in New South Wales, who get us onto tables that we wouldn't ordinarily get onto, and appreciative of that. We have 4 pillars that we talked about yesterday, and you've heard me rabbit on about these before, but education, connection, promotion, and advocacy is really what we do every day for you guys. And you can see where our brands sit in those areas, pushing forward more change for better conditions so that our industry can flourish. Where to now? We talked a little bit about this yesterday and the direction that we will now go into, and that included looking at the data and what's required to really help our advocacy levels, the qualifications and where that's going to go into the future, whether it's meeting the needs of the industry, but also working with government and skills to try to get the best result in our qualifications. Accreditation's been a hot topic of late and will continue to be so. And of course, that couples with our access to staff and the advocacy that we need to do in not only our international standpoint, but also advocating to get more people into the career that is the outdoors. Our subcommittee work will continue, and growingly so, with some new subcommittees coming on in 23. And of course, strengthening outdoor education, which remains as a key focus of ours, to ensure that we start from the beginning in nature play and couple it right through into all school levels and into career choice. Membership benefits will continue. We'll continue to grow that for you, keep you engaged with the opportunities that can make you flourish. Cooperative opportunities, why not combine dollars? Why not combine voice so that we can get a bigger impact across the board? Our mentoring programs will continue, and we'll continue to grow the organisation so that we can become a better service and facility for you. So a great discussion yesterday, and thanks again for attending the AGM. And then we went straight into the awards last night. So a big congratulations to these fabulous 2 who were there last night and were acknowledged for their work with Take 3 for the Sea, the Destination New South Wales, the National Parks and Wildlife, and of course supported by us as well, Outdoors New South Wales and ACT, the initiative around groundswell. this is a great project looking at reducing litter in the tourism environments that we operate. And certainly Joe from Glentworth Valley and Dylan Jones from Valley Outdoors have been doing some outstanding work in tracking rubbish removal in their own practices, and Take 3 acknowledged them last night on the stage at the New South Wales Tourism Awards. Congratulations to all the winners and all the finalists. We had some great adventure tourism operators up there, some great ecotourism operators up there as well, and it was a great celebration. Now into more serious stuff, Fair Work. You've heard about this before, but just a reminder that next year we have the new 10 days of family paid and domestic violence leave. So make sure you're factoring this into your budgeting, into your programming for your staff. And so as you can see there, from February 23, employers with 15 or more will take effect in that time frame. And then if you have less than 15, you have until the 1st of August to be compliant in this area. So yeah, just a reminder to everyone there. New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife plans are on that are on exhibition right now. There's quite a few, and I ask you to pay your attention to these if you're operating in any of these parks. Let me know if there is certain things that you are concerned about in those plans and management, or you wish to comment on. And certainly Outdoors New South Wales and ACT will be commenting on these as well, and we can take your position forward. So let us know. The first one there is Glenrock State Conservation Area, which has a great draft mountain bike strategy that they're looking at. So the mountain bike subcommittee will be looking at this one. The second one there is a release after the draft plan and management went on exhibition. This is the Gardens of Stone, quite a controversial one to date, but the program is finally released. We've had some great outcomes when it comes to slacklining and highlining and rock climbing, which is great. Unfortunately, not so great in accessing the trail bike area, but we'll continue that work in trying to get some sort of option of use in other areas across the state. But yes, that has now been released. The Kapiti National Park Draft Plan and Management is on exhibition as well. So if you're in the Kapiti area, which is not that far from Gardens of Stone, you need to jump onto that one. And the last one there, this one, I've already noted that there is some areas of the rock climbing community that might be disadvantaged with the current draft. So let us discuss this one. It is the Kringo Chase National Park and Island Nature Reserves Draft Plan. Again, have a look at that. Let me know where your concerns are, and we will work with national parks to try to get a better outcome for all. So yeah, have a look at those. And while we're on national parks, there's an event tomorrow in Sydney. It's also online, and this is facilitated by the Bushwalking New South Wales. And we are lucky enough to be present there. I will be sort of emceeing the day and having a great discussion around tourism development in national parks or protected areas. So I think it's going to be a great discussion, having solid collaboration on, the pros and cons of development and how we can work together for better outcomes for the future of our industry and conservation. The next one is the NatCore Industry Co-Design webinar. Don't forget, this is on Monday. This is your opportunity to come and have your say about what NatCore is going to look like, what it's going to provide the industry. And you might remember this was instigated by Outward Bound Australia to try to build the Centre of Excellence for Risk and Readiness. So this is a great opportunity to come and have your say about what you see this being for our industry. The Nature Play workshop is on Wednesday. What a jam-packed week we've got coming up. So Nature Play is Wednesday, 4 o'clock till 5:30 online. Please make sure you register for that so that you don't miss out. This will continue that conversation that was going so well at the National Outdoor Education Conference. And we want to make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to the Nature Play and instigating this as the start of our industry cycle. So looking forward to that with Dr. Amanda Lloyd. And then Thursday and Friday is the end of next week. We've got our masterclass. So please, if you're a member and you haven't got your ticket yet, you do have an opportunity to do so. We've only got a few seats left, but it's really important to jump in as soon as you can and let us know so we ensure you have some food. We can book that in for you. And Paddy Palin have been amazing and coming to the table and providing some great gifts for those that are attending, and you'll be able to win some of those prizes thanks to Paddy Palin. Another reminder about the DAM product recall. Just wanted to emphasize this to make sure everyone's checking their swivels. If they do have a DMM swivel, please stop using it until the whole inquiry has happened on the near incident that happened recently. So product recall, contact the manufacturer is the best way, and just check that you are not using these devices at this time. The EOI is still open. It's open till the 15th of December for the Warramie Conservation Lands. So if you are up in the Port Stephens area, you do offer cultural experiences or nature-based experiences. This might be a great opportunity for you to use the Warramie Conservation Lands. So yeah, jump in, grab that EOI and submit. And Destination New South Wales, there's a couple more sessions left from the Inbound Strategy Workshop. I've had some great feedback from some of you that have attended these workshops. So please, they are free. So Dog Willie wants a bit of action today, yeah, we can try to get those workshops to you and get some great benefits. But today we have Mark from the Department of Education. You've heard enough from me today. I'm going to hand over to Mark because Mark's doing some excellent work in the skills area in trying to broker some of the connections that we need right across all industries. But Mark, I'm going to hand it over to you and let you take the reins and tell us what you're up to and how we can work with you.
Great, thank you, Laurie. I'll just quickly share my screen.
Should be right there now. Yeah.
Great. Once again, thank you, Laurie. Skills for Recovery initiatives is what I wanted to present today to the members. My name is Mark Malley. I'm the Senior Project Officer, a skills broker, one of 20 skills brokers across New South Wales. And I specifically work in the Western Sydney and Blue Mountains region, but not limited to take any inquiries and link anybody on the call today to the local skills broker. So Training Services New South Wales are the governing and funding body for the vocational education and training. And then we've got some exciting initiatives that I wanted to present today. Just a really quick overview of Job Trainer or Skilling for Recovery. Job Trainer extension was a $640 million program funded by the New South Wales and federal governments over the past 3 years to support the New South Wales citizens through this difficult employment and economic environment created by COVID-19. So with over 200,000 vocational training places relevant to the jobs of the future being funded in New South Wales as part of this program, and with enrolments being extended for an additional 12 months. So initially the program was due to expire on the 31st of December 2021, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to get an additional 12 months and look up until the 31st of December this year. So our current and future initiatives and getting trained, fee-free, ready for flexible job opportunities. Our current initiatives or focus sectors have been the care sectors, so aged care, early childhood education, disability care has certainly been a priority for the New South Wales government. We have Kickstart Your Career in Hospitality. So as you guys are aware, they're heavily affected by COVID-19 and the closures and lockdown and so on have really affected both the hospitality and tourism industries. Digital skills, which is open up for all industries, security, training and assessment. So whilst we've really invested a lot of money into the training sector. And we also understand that we need to continue to build and develop our trainers, otherwise we won't get the training done. And last but not least, summer skills, which is really what I wanted to talk about today and explain and show how you guys could potentially utilise the summer skills program. Just down the bottom of the page really quickly, I've got the initiatives page, which I will try to share through a chat by the end of the presentation. But I do want to talk you through the initiatives page as well. So just on summer skills, just to explain the project aims. So Summer Skills 22-23 is designed to fund short-term and fee-free skill courses targeted those industries and regional labour needs who have been affected by COVID-19. The aim of the project is to provide opportunities for people to access vet training throughout the summer months that will equip them with the skills and access the job market, or encourage further engagement into higher level vet courses such as apprenticeships, traineeships, certificate 3s, 4s, diplomas, and etc. The aim of Summer Skills was to identify industry needs and demands with links to students. And we've done a lot of work out in each region. So I've been up to the Blue Mountains, for example, and I've met with those guys leading into winter skills, to be honest with you, but obviously taking that forward into summer skills and listening to the needs of industry. And we've had our skill brokers do that across all regions. Short, sharp, motivating courses, 2 to 2 weeks, not 6-month courses that will miss the job needs. These are short, sharp courses and encouraging people out to locations to fulfil industry needs. So that's been the project aim of Summer Skills. The strategy supports young people, particularly school leavers, to obtain the skills they need in industries where there are immediate job opportunities. So to be eligible to access summer skills training, a person must first meet the SMART and skilled eligibility, and also one of the following. So leaving school permanently, so in 22, year 11 or year 12 leavers, but you must no longer be at school, and or not at school in 22, but be no older than 24. So to put it in a simpler term, you can't be at school, and if you're 16 to 24, that is our target for summer skills. What are some of the programs that have been funded and are being funded that is relevant to Outdoors New South Wales and their members? The Statement of Attainment in Outdoor Tourism, Statement of Attainment in Skills for Volunteering, Statement of Attainment in Bicycle Servicing, Swimming and Water Safety Teachers, Statement of Attainment in Outdoor Recreation, whether that be paddle, bead, craft, or a couple of other Statement of Attainments in Outdoor Recreation, Outdoor Leadership, an Introduction to Leisure and Health, just to name a few. But these are some examples. So do you have staff who are 16 to 24? Again, this is not focused on new entrants. This can be existing workers. So if you have staff who are 16 to 24, you can utilise these skill sets. Alternatively, can you lean on the training organisations and potentially link your industry needs or job opportunities to the training organisations to get in front of the cohorts of students? Just some preempt some questions, and I'm happy to open up for questions, but where will the training courses be delivered? They're across the state. So we will have courses that are online, and then we'll have courses specific to regions. And that can be identified when we run through the courses. Where can you find the available courses? The initiatives page. And again, I'll at the end of the presentation, I'll do a quick run through the initiatives page and continue to share down the bottom of the screen here the link to the initiatives webpage for Skills New South Wales. Where can I find the eligibility criteria? Again, at the initiatives page, you can determine the fee cost. Is if it's not fully subsidised, is it subsidised at all? and how to contact a skills broker. So once again, whilst I'm specific to Western Sydney and the Blue Mountains region, please feel free to either contact me on my mobile or feel free to send me an email inquiry. If you fall out of my region, I'll just simply link you to one of our 20 skill brokers, and we'll be able to answer questions. Just in Western Sydney and Blue Mountains, we actually have 3 skill brokers within Western Sydney and the Blue Mountains region. I've just put myself and a colleague of mine, Sylvia, who does a lot of work in the outdoor space. So please feel free to take a screenshot of those details. And again, please don't hesitate, either via phone or email. I'm just going to quickly run through the skills initiatives page.
So, Mark, how many regions are there for your department?
So we're across the entire New South Wales. I think there's 8 all up. Okay. So we cover every stretch of New South Wales.
Yeah, brilliant.
I'll quickly run through the Skills New South Wales initiatives page and how I would utilise it as an employer or as a young person or person seeking training. So the Skills New South Wales page is a part of the Department of Education. And you'll see here a number of different tiles for our different programs. If we scroll back up to the top, you'll see here the Explore Initiatives. And once again, there's a number of different tiles. You can simply search courses through Explore Courses. I'm going to talk you through the tiles today and make it relevant to summer skills and how you could potentially utilise these programs. So you'll see here training and assessment. So if you have TAEs actually fully funded under Job Trainer and open to existing workers. So if you have staff who are considering becoming trainers, it's a great opportunity to jump on and do that. So we just simply clicked onto the summer skills tile. And again, if we just scroll through, it'll talk about kickstarting your career, but just really simply to check eligibility, you can calculate my fees and it'll run you through, am I eligible for training? But it's really to give you an idea, a very quick rundown of summer skills is funded under Smart and Skilled, our program Smart and Skilled. So you must be 16 to 24, no longer at school, live or work in New South Wales, be an Australian citizen, permanent resident, or a humanitarian visa holder. And then specific to summer skills, you must meet the 16 to 24 regardless of your employment status. So you'll see here, sorry,
Mark, just a question on the eligibility. So they have to be New South Wales residents, even though they might be wanting employment in New South Wales and coming from another state?
Yep, you must be either live or work in New South Wales. So if you're outside of New South Wales and you have employment, then you'll be eligible. Alternatively, you must.
Right.
Sorry, New South Wales.
Okay. That's good.
So you'll see 72 courses, 266 providers in 338 locations. This website is updated on a weekly basis. So as new courses are approved, they'll be added, and as courses have expired or been filled, they'll get eliminated off. So I would always suggest to just continue to check on a weekly basis. If you're looking for something specific, if you are looking for something really specific, feel free to phone me and we can see what we can put together. Just some examples. So an induction to leisure and health is one that may be applicable to the Outdoors New South Wales members. You'll see here there are 2 training providers who have funding and classes available into 2 locations. So we just simply click on the location. This one's in Sydney. It's classroom, online, and correspondence. So that if you're outside of Sydney, it may be worth a phone call because it may be an online program that can be delivered across the state. The second one is Penrith, and again, online correspondence and classroom. Pool lifeguard is another one that's very applicable. The Royal Life Saving Society of Australia is the RTO who have been given training places and funding to run these courses. And you'll see here the locations: Castleville, Broadmeadow, Illawarra, Coffs Harbour, Riverina, and Central West.
Brilliant.
And there are some exciting ones down at the bottom. Statement of attainment. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly.
One we often find, Mark, is that our employers would love is wilderness first aid or something first aid related. Do they have those in Smart and Skilled?
We do have first aid. What we're very conscious about is funding courses that are mandatory units. So we certainly do as an exception.
Yep.
What we wouldn't do is fund first aid or CPR on its own. We generally want to see an employable skill to create that skill set. So yes, we do. We don't, what we'll have, you'll have people coming into the programs and it won't hit the market for outdoor recreation. For example, you'll have a range of different people just doing it for the sake of doing it, rather than trying to fulfill the job market needs.
No, that's great. Yeah, it makes sense.
So you'll see here statement of attainment in outdoor leadership. The first one is maintain, repair, ride, and lead bicycles on roads and pathways. And you can again click through that. I would imagine this is going to be 2 locations. Yeah, so 5-star training in 2 locations, and I would imagine it's Jindabyne and Jamison Town in Western Sydney. So again, fulfilling the job needs and the training needs. Jamison Town, based in Western Sydney, fulfilling the need throughout the Blue Mountains and region, and Jindabyne, obviously a huge market for the mountain bike region. Outdoor rec and abseil, established belays and so on. Paddle, lead, craft, canoe, just to name a few, sorry. And again, down the bottom, swimming and water safety teachers. So there is a good range in summer skills specific for the outdoors industry.
Yeah. So tell me, Mark, obviously with the statement of attainment, they get that qualification or micro qual that can add to a full qualification. They get RPL if they do sign up. What sort of support at the moment is out there for a full qual, a certificate 4 or a certificate 3? Is there much being considered in Smart and Skilled around that? Or is it mainly concentrate on the micro quals at the moment?
Now, under Job Trainer, there is a huge support for full qualifications. I'd have to go really specific to look at what courses are relevant to you guys, but absolutely, the $640 million investment is not just for micro credentials or part qualifications, but also to full qualification. So the idea is, so that's one aspect.
Yeah.
On the alternative aspect is the fee-free training around apprenticeships and traineeships and opportunities, as well as wage subsidies through the federal government. So which is not my space, and I can't really go into because I don't know the specifics. But absolutely, the idea is to not just upskill at this level. This is really just the beginning, to give these young people a taster and really explore some exciting opportunities. You look at those courses, and if I was back as a young person, that would certainly be attractive to myself, loving the outdoors and so on.
Absolutely. And if not anything else, but encouraging more people to look at different career choices. I think what Smart and Skilled has offered is an idea to give people where they want to head in their next few years. So I think it's a great program. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. And once again, certainly feel free to contact me with any questions, anything to do with the vet sector. And if it's not under my realm, I'll certainly direct you to the right people. So
yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Does anyone have any questions for Mark while we've got him online? As we know, we're recording this, so if you're watching this back, if you have a question for Mark, please email us through. We'll certainly get it to Mark and get you a response to it. But as we've all discussed in many of our episodes, the qualifications framework is so important to the future of our work. Dave, you had a question?
No, not so much a question. I mean, if I was in New South Wales, and I'm not being a Mexican, those short courses would be ideal for the type of activities that I run. Yeah, school, whatever. I'm not as fussed about a full certificate for or the like. I want skills-based things. So as a starting point for a new instructor that might not have I want to use, say, as a kayak instructor, starting with a short course like that over a Christmas period or in those quieter periods, and then within house training to bring them up to location specific stuff would be a really excellent way of starting off somebody. And I think that's a really valuable initiative. And we as an industry need to be using it more. Even if someone's got a certificate or a diploma, they might not have a lot of skills in a particular area. So again, just going and doing a course on roping, for instance, if they didn't do it at university, and universities tend not to do hard skill courses, or say a TAFE, they might have done other subjects. So again, this adds. I reckon it's something we should be working with the department and pushing out there. And just as a question, I guess people could use it as a refresher as well, I guess, if they've been out of the industry for a while. Not working, left for a couple of years, come back and just bring their skills back up. Would that be true?
Yeah, so if as long as the units of competency are different and they've not already trained up in that specific unit. But a good example that I had seen is there was a young girl who worked at a local school, and she held the diploma in outdoor leadership, but she didn't have the bicycle skill set, and she needed to take a cohort of students on school camps, and it was really specific to bicycles. So she fit the mold. She was under 24 years of age, and she was able to do this training and get upskilled and get additional hours at her employer. And just one thing I really wanted to emphasise, sorry, in my presentation I didn't emphasise, if you have job opportunities, please feel free to look at the website and reach out to the RTOs and try to get in front of the cohorts, because we really want this to be linked to employment, not just training for training's sake.
Good point.
It is how if I was an employer, this would be my first point of call at the moment. And you know what, if you've got under 24-year-old people working for you, it could be a very good relationship building exercise to reach out and put your employees into the course and build the relationships with the RTO. So it's a two-way street. Yeah,
really good point, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. And a good tip to all of the organisations. I've had several come to me this week going, I need people in this role and it's a great opportunity to get them straight out of these certificate of attainments. They're ready and hot to trot. So really great point.
David, job trainer is a federal initiative. I'm unfamiliar with the different states on how they've utilised the funds, but it may be worth reaching out to you're in Victoria, I picked up, it's probably worth reaching out to the Victorian vocational education and training body to determine if there's type of funding about in similar
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah, I'll talk to our state peak body, about the accessibility of this is quite accessible and understandable, and rather than me, Chase, I'll get Andrew onto it, or one of his people, because that's useful for everybody. I mean, but no, one of the things that could be useful, that is that refresher. Yeah, say into the future, maybe that's something, Laurie, we should be talking to the department about, is the ability of people to actually use a short course like this as a refresher. Maybe in the future, it might need to be a different type of course. Probably not, I would suggest.
Good idea. Just so Mark is aware, Mark, we're talking a lot around risk, and I suppose where we head as far as risk managers, we're already very accustomed to alleviating risk in the field. But what we're finding as we go through coming out of COVID, the lack of staff, the demand that we're getting, because everyone's going, oh yeah, that's right, I discovered this thing called the outdoors and I love it. So we're having this level of demand increase without the resources behind it. So what we have been witnessing is a lot of stress on our staff, which then results in breakdown of processes and procedures, and obviously then increased risk. And even first aid is a great example. We couldn't actually get our first aid research done over COVID. So coming out, there was all this demand for that, but we should be doing the same in a lot of the activities, because we've been so out of practice for a little while. So yeah, there's been a big discussion with our risk management committee, and a few near misses that have happened in the industry, which are certainly great examples of to send signals to all of us that we've got to do better in this space, and research or just refreshers is a great way to look at that. Great. Sorry, Mark, you go.
Yeah, so just with job trainer and skilling for recovery, it's coming to an end on the 31st of December this year. Job trainer full calls will be stretched out until June next year, and so there's some funds there.
Yeah.
But funding courses won't go away.
Yeah.
We won't have as much money as we had, unfortunately, but so just because we get to December 31, certainly feel free to reach out to your region if you've got specific training needs, or we can go into that for you to the department. So we're not going away. We'll still be here. We've been funding training for many years, and hopefully we'll continue that for many to come. So whilst job trainer and skilling for recovery is rolling up, we're certainly not going to turn our backs on industry and regional needs.
Brilliant. No, thank you so much for that context as well. Nick, who's online, I'm wondering, Nick, is this going to suit some of your staff over summer? Because you've got a lot of those younger staff members, haven't you? You're in field, obviously, or out in the road. He might not be able to go on. Oh, that's right. His microphone doesn't work. You can type it in the chat if you like. Yes, he said yes. This will be a great initiative for him. Okay, great. I forgot your microphone did work, Nick. Don't worry about it. Oh, good. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mike, again for being here. It's just really great to hear these initiatives and the support that extends into our industry, which I'll continue to obviously work with people like yourself to get it out into the industry, and that they know about it, so we take advantage of these. So again, thanks for being here today. We'll let you head off, and we'll have a general chit chat around what else is going on around the industry. So thanks again.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time.
Great, guys. Well, what I might do is just stop the recording there so that we can have an open discussion on anything that's going around, and we'll bid you all farewell.